Welcome to SKL CSGO Season 3. We are bringing you a Week 3 matchup between DAT, who is using the roster of Fees, Robocop, who is as Predinchuk in this game, Pingu, who is as Snake, Tragar, Orange Barn, also known as Tyrell, and Ricochet will be using the roster of Traden, Black Widow, Spade, Swerved, and Vagar. My name's Antic, I'm the captain of Agency SK, and I will be casting this game, as well as...
Ringleader from Gravity SK. This should be an interesting matchup, seeing as so far this season, DAT has had a close running to, I believe it was a 13-16 scoreline versus Rise Alliance, taking the win there, as well as a dominant 16-0 versus Obama and the Grugs in their grouping. So they're 2-0 up to this point. Ricochet, I believe, actually took a 16-10 loss versus, who was it, Rise?
Yes, it's Rise.
Perfect. And I believe they come into this game with an 0-2 record.
That is
correct. So that would be in a tie with Agency at the top of their table in their grouping. Actually, sorry, they're in the same grouping. And then this match will determine whether or not, I believe, Ricochet is going to have to clinch out a playoff spot.
Yes. This will also put DAT into a 3-0, which will assure their playoff position, which will then be determined by...
Fees starting up strong with the TK on the knife. Classy.
So that was DAT taking the B site on a fast B execute and then taking aggressive control into CT. Right now we're seeing a 3-2 split B and A site. Looks like DAT is just going for more of a default setup here. Ricochet going to boost one up, fast rush, no trade coming in on that first kill, one coming in on the second.
Probably a smart idea sticking to the pistol buy on second round here. I think Ricochet is very aware of how aggressive DAT can play. So opting for a more full buy on the third round was definitely the right option.
For sure, especially when they're only getting one kill into that first round. It's not like they've got a whole lot of money to throw around, especially if they want any utility in these later rounds here.
Yeah. Robocop starting off strong though. I think he's going to this round with 4 kills now. Trading a little late off spawn.
Yeah, the whole CT side pretty late off spawn. It's going to be interesting to see how they play this top mid here. Two stacked towards Arch. Ooh, there was still a deagle on that third buy. It still looks like a pretty scrappy buy here for Ricochet.
It seems like 2 of their players bought down completely, leaving around 2.5k on the other 3 players.
This is going to make their fourth round really difficult. They might just opt to save into it. We'll see. This pick on the B side is really going to be the biggest thing. At least we have one Ricochet player rotating early.
It's going to be a fairly
clean the first kill comes
here.
in. If they want to play smart here, they would save it. But already one lit towards the construction position.
Swerved with such low HP, I couldn't see that being a successful retake.
Yeah. Plus, you've still got Pingu with an nade flash. That's going to be a tough retake regardless.
Alright, so that will leave DAT with a 3-0 lead on the first couple of rounds here. Looks like they're going to be able to save 3 of their AKs. Have another fairly stable buy coming into the 4th round.
And normally this would be where we really get the game started, but with this sketchy economy here, they do save 2 guns into the round. They will still have a full buy off of it. But if they lose here, even on max loss bonus, they're going to have a really tough eco going into 5th round. So this will be a big one for Ricochet here.
Both teams picking up an op now as well. Traden and Robocop. Black Widow still with that deagle. Vega, mag 7 again.
DAT just getting a bit of control towards upper B, really forcing Ricochet into a defensive play here. Oof. The
Both
A
with
side is
their...
very open. Let's see. This arch pick is going to decide the round here.
Oh,
And he gets 2.
make that...
Possible third. Oh, that's a great hold there from Vega. Bomb down, too. Plus, they know they're still at B. They'll be able to set up a
He
strong
takes
hold
B,
here.
finds him through the smoke. But
He has the flank now, so they do have to be aware of that arch. But, oh, beautiful shot from Traden.
3 players on bomb control. It's not looking very good for a 4th round on DAT.
Really, Orange Barn doesn't have much of a chance in this round, but if you could even just make it expensive, this would really push Ricochet into more of a 40-guy scenario coming into the 4th, and there it goes. So strong economy from Ricochet. DAT will still get at least 1 good buy. Only real concern is going to be on Robocop here with the 1500, but might be able to get an SMG dropped over to him.
Oh, we got the AK drop from Kragar.
It'll be interesting to see with more economy if, nope, Ricochet's still just going to keep playing that B passive, even with full eco.
I think that's
No
more
kit
of
bought
a
up from
respect
Traden.
choice than anything.
For sure. Ooh, early double smokes on B. Leaves the B side pretty open with no real utility to slow them down. Still have flashes and mollies. Great opening kill from Spade. He can get away. Perfect. Only 1 other player towards that top A. That might slow down the rotate to B once they hit.
I think Ricochet's starting to realize that's consistently going to look for that upper mid and car control. They're starting to be able to punish the upper mid, but without the utility buy on B, they're not quite able to contest Banana.
Does Tyrell realize the smoke is fading on CT though? Is he gonna get clacked?
Traden finds
Traden
one on
hits
site.
1. That's 1 on site, 1 coming Banana. These A players really should be looking for a bit of info here, especially with that smoke. 2 should be rotating right now.
Looks
This
like
is
we're gonna
slow.
see 1 slow rotation.
Spurk
CT.
gets the kill, just has to play slow now, and the surround should be Ricochet's. Not coming in from Snake. Gets it. At least secures the eco. Great kill. 2, giving it to them. Does he realize he only has 1 bullet though? Oh, he does.
I think he just did. Yeah, nice swing from Vega.
He made that a lot more dangerous than it really should have been in a 4v1 with known position.
Given if Vega would have died there, Spade's left with 2 HP to retake that site alone.
With an op as well. That's going to make things very difficult.
Alright, Ricochet starting to find their footing, coming back 2-3.
Yeah, that was not a great start. Their eco control looked a little strange, but they pulled back into it. We're seeing DAT come in here with pistols, Deegs, CZ. Going for that aggressive bottom mid into alt mid control.
Finally seeing some utility on Banana there. Good round to start it off too.
For sure. Just playing a slow round. Pistol seeing if they can find a kill here or there. Makes a big difference on what they can do. Ricochet just pulling back on B, giving them Banana control. Seeing a very slow and methodical pace here from DAT, just looking for their picks. Mr. Vagabond still on that Mag 7.
That's gonna be his signature this game, I swear.
Oh, for sure.
It's a few
Ooh,
rounds in a row
Molly,
now.
But, ooh, 1 through the smoke. Gonna get the second? Nope. 1 is op on Arch already. Do they know that the other player's in the smoke? They do. So this should be an easy cleanup here from Ricochet. Or not. Gives him a chance in another round.
Takes the bomb.
2 rounds in a row, giving the 4v1 a chance.
You know, if one player could pull it off, I wouldn't be surprised if they were from DAT.
No, for sure.
I really wouldn't.
Swerve should have that info now.
Here's
It
him
should
on
be
car.
searing or rotating.
There
Okay,
we
yeah,
go.
there's 1 coming off of Arch. Here's him coming up. Tyrell has no utility to take the site, so it's going to be all down to aim. Sort of just playing it slow. Well played. Gets the op back, and now Ricochet are in great economy here. Even if they lose this next round, they're still going to have a full buy or two. Really turning it around. Ricochet really just alright with playing the more passive A approach. No info apps. Just letting the T's come to them.
Well, even when they have utility, utility, it's the same thing on B. They've tossed some, like, slowing utility down the banana, but then backed off immediately after.
Yeah, they're really not taking the fights. Like, when you're playing against the ad, you do have to respect just their sheer skill and rushing potential. But ooh, unfortunate headshot from Vagabond. Didn't get the full kill on Fees. Now they're posturing towards the A site. Still have 2 players on B, no movement. Spade's in a great position to get a multi-kill if they push through the smoke, though. Gets one. Gets the... Nope, does not get the second. Still have a player on B, causing some trouble. And smoke for the post plant. Even though this is a 3v3, this is looking pretty dire on a retake. You've got 2 players with low HP.
Especially on that A side where the op isn't quite able to get many good angles.
That one. And you see DAT here with a great post plant. It's going to be tough for them to even get a single kill here.
Yeah.
And they understand that.
Backing right off.
Save the AUG, save the op. Still have lots of eco going in the next round.
He's about to go down with the bomb.
Now here's where things get interesting. If either team wins this, the other should be on a pretty hard save.
I think you're right.
Looking into a possible 3-5 scoreline for the T's. If they win this, they go to 3-6, and that's looking like a very good half already.
Nice shot there from Swerved, catching one pulling out of the ramp.
Oh, great nades. Unfortunately, they did smoke off the bomb there, but they've got great banana control now. Gives them the pick top mid, though. It's the first time we've seen someone really go aggressive from Ricochet on that position.
They went actually aggressive on both sides of the map there. They did end up finding the pick on B, but getting taken down on top mid.
Weird mid-round play there. Bunch of trades. And now we're left in a 4v2. Both T's posture towards the A site, and we see that third player rotating towards A. Assuming that with that early B control that DAT's going to have to throw something to get it back. Just waiting to see if any of the CTs will make mistakes. They've seen that happen a couple times already this game. A player rotating back to B, not giving the info up, walking down Speedway. And now they see the smoke at it. If you can get one kill on cross here, it's pretty solid, but there it is. And they know glass is planted. There it is. Solid attempt from DAT there.
Very good attempt.
The money coming into this round.
Just needed the slightest bit of control on the arch side to cover for Spade, but...
Have one at 6k. Rest of the players around 3. Might force into this. Nope. Going with Deagles and pistols. Rather keep the economy than you go to break them again.
Should be a fairly easy round for the CTs to give them a first-time lead here in the game.
Let's see how they play this B. They throw the mollies and then they don't really follow up with anything.
No, it's more just, I'm thinking just to stall a push here.
Yeah.
Not that they've gotten one yet.
No, that is fair. See, all the T's posturing kind of same way they did on the last Force by round, just taking the round slow, seeing if they can get any picks here. Robocop has what looks like an archside smoke. Yes, that'll be... Oh! That is a lane smoke. Might be going for the arch trap to be here. Good utility coming out from Ricochet to slow it down. Got one in cubby. Shut down that play, so that smoke will be negated.
Finds one through the smoke.
Throwing the same smoke again. Maybe still going for the same play. Drayden playing the pixel angle. Misses his first shot. No follow-up push.
I think Widow would have heard him run back down banana, so they might clue in that it's A here.
They know it's an arch play at least. And with 2 players still on B, even though they do get CT here, this is still a really tough round. Yeah, now they just know last player is in CT. They know the one that he has. Should die here pretty easy. Solid attempt there. Right idea, just couldn't get those kills when it really came down to it.
And it is tough with Ricochet on a full buy to be able to find those kills. But
Oh, for sure.
solid effort regardless.
And Ricochet, rather than using their utility to take more aggressive control, they have just been using it in a very reactionary way. Whenever they see a push come out, that's when they're throwing it. Which I can definitely respect against a team like that. 2 up past the molly. Great flashbang though. Another pushed. Molly's coming out. They know there's at least 2 more B. Will this cause an over-rotate on A though? 2 rotating over. He's still in banana though.
I think they're just going to look for an aggressive peek at this rate.
Still with plenty of smokes for the execute. Molly's flashes. So with 2 smokes, I can still do an execute on either site. On A, you'd expect to see that Moto and Archside smoke come in.
Ooh, heavy nade damage there.
Oh, gets the kill with it.
Almost a very clean spray chance.
And the kills. Now that the last one's coming lane. Once again, these plays shape up well and they've got the reads, but Ricochet just standing tall.
Spade leading their team quite nicely with the 16 frags actually.
Yeah, he's been having a great time on lane up on A. We see DAT going back into the force buy, pistols again. We'll see if they go for something a bit more aggressive or just go back into that passive style that they've been playing the rest of the game. Once again, posturing just towards that top mid, alt mid. We see a 3-man stack on B though. Smoke comes out, they rotate back over.
Okay, looking to find some more banana control here once again.
It looks like they've clued on the fact that Ricochet just gives up banana mid-round, not really showing it any respect.
No, they're more roaming up there for spacing at this point. See if they can find any information.
Ricochet playing passive, drawing up the round as long as possible. That can work against them though if they use up too much utility on this pistol rush and get overrun. However, no one on DAT with armor, even if they do get a weapon.
Nice shot from Robocop.
Nice.
Might find the opportunity for a
see a
side pick
second?
if they hadn't
No.
got mowed down.
And he gets the last. With bomb, one rotating up.
See if Pengu's able to find some nice clean shots here.
Gets the body, but gives himself away in the process. Has lots of guns around him if he could recover. But walking right into a crossfire here. Well, this game so far has just been marred by DAT being constantly pushed back onto pistols. They haven't had too many real buy rounds here.
No, not quite. They started off with a strong lead, and their economy eventually got thrown on that 4-4 point in the game.
Yeah. That is unfortunately just how the economy works in the game now. It's very streaky compared to the old system.
Yeah.
So even if you do get that great start, if you start getting beat, it takes a long time to build that loss bonus back up. Now DAT at 4 losses in a row, full loss bonus. The residual money.
I don't think DAT's been able to save any guns or even anything off of these pistol rounds regardless. So there's no benefit to their economy there.
Last 4 rounds, all the players from DAT have died. Even on their last round that they won, they only survived with 2 players. They haven't really had many players bringing their guns into the next round since the 3rd round. Ricochet, once again, just very happy to take that pick and then fall back, play it slow. Vagabond standing strong. It's 1 pick bad, but still in a 4 versus 3. Bombs and Banana gets the 2nd kill on an aggressive push from Spade, really just locking down this A site. Utility coming in on B. Doesn't push the player off of new box. Will they be aware of that? Does not look like they are. Trade comes in, but great spam from Trade and knocks him down to nothing. Now they just have to play for the bomb. They know he's very lit. Just going for bomb plant. 7 seconds left. Not a lot he can do there. It's happened a couple times to DAT actually, where they've gotten so late into a round that the push has almost been forced. Ricochet's been able to read for it pretty easily, just on time.
I think at this point, Ricochet's playing around it, honestly. They're expending their utility so slowly that that needs to find an aggressive option to take a site earlier, or it's just being forced to the last few seconds.
Once again, easy pick for Traden on bottom mid, pushes this into another 4v5. Looking kind of sloppy on the start of the round here from that. Spade pushing into apps again, trying to recreate what he did last round. One way for Vagabond, possibly gets trade here. Sees the 2nd, gets spotted through the smoke. Traden's locking this down on this round. Molly misses, but still does the job. Nade less so. He's pushing towards top mid. Here's the flash. Gets a great opening shot. Here's the walk up lane. Oh.
Down to a 1v1
Oh,
situation.
so close to the ace for Traden. Low HP on Kragar. Doesn't know where Black Widow's coming from. Could really be rotating from anywhere.
Will he catch him on the corner? He does.
Oh, just unlucky. Black Widow walking back into it.
Well played from Krager, though. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely. You see DAT with nice economy built up again. Unfortunately, with this loss bonus, if they do lose here, it's going to be a pretty scrappy buy going into their last round. This will be a really important one for them to win. If they can bring this back to an 8-7 half, that'll give them a chance on that CT side. Maybe reproduce a bit of that pistol round magic. Fees, here's the reload, aware that there's a player on Belk. You see a bit of a retreat off of B. Looks like they have a fairly good read, and yep, Swerve will rotate over. Let's see if Spade can recreate this magic again. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and lights the 4th one. Fees goes down, last on low HP. My goodness, Spade has had half of his life here.
ending a half with 22 frags going into the last round. Phenomenal gameplay from him.
So the real question is, obviously Spade's been playing amazing, but does that show that DAT is really a one-trick pony on that A hit? They've hit Arch, or tried to hit Arch and Lane so many times with limited success. You would think that they'd be going for more fast Bs, but we haven't really seen them hit B until it's late in the round.
No, I think you're right. If I recall correctly, I think from experience this is one of their favored maps actually, but Ricochet's just not giving them the opportunities to play as aggressive as they usually do.
And it's a little strange because normally you'd see a really confident DAT just pushing those smokes, taking the issue, but
oh yeah, definitely.
here you're seeing them really respectful of Ricochet, like early utility thrown from DAT. And what's the plan there? Yeah, you get the molly onto New Box, but by the time you're hitting the site, it's already gone. You see all 5 players postured from DAT. 1 CT smoke.
He's taking
2
a bit
CT
of damage.
smokes coming in, and the boost.
Peeking
And it's
right
just
into
a
him.
mulch.
And there goes
Snake gets
Pingu.
1 back into the round, but yep, that's the half. Some uncharacteristic play from DAT. I'm just not used to seeing this much respect and slow play.
No, this is definitely new. I think Ricochet's just figured them out at this point. They're just not giving them the opportunities to play like they usually do. When you face DAT, you expect them pushing that smoke, and they will gun you down immediately, but Ricochet's just playing and positioning themselves so carefully that they have given up some of the map, but there's no opportunities to find the picks.
Well, it's almost seems like DAT's just not really forcing the issue. Like they're hoping that the CTs make mistakes, and when they don't, they just have stalled out these rounds. Ricochet playing a very slow play here. 2 in T steps, 3 towards alt mid. We have a 4 stack on A side from DAT, so it must have some sort of read here. Missed flash.
Cup with the first pick of the round.
1 in front of the smoke. No trade comes in. And Fees gets another on B with a great angle on top of those barrels. Even gets a little bit of damage into Vagabond. We're looking to do a top mid crossfire here for the CTs. Not a whole lot of opportunities, and RoboCop forces the issue. Bomb control, 1 down. That shit.
And that's the aggression that you do see from DAT is even when they're on CT, they're gonna peek those angles for you, and they will find the picks. To benefit from that, they'll get the information as well.
You can definitely tell that DAT on their T side very much plays to counter a team that plays like them on CT, where they're playing those rounds slower and waiting for those picks. And when you're playing against a team like Ricochet that's more willing to just play out the round, it just didn't seem to really work.
We already have RoboCop down middle, finding 2 picks outside of abs.
Just an incredibly aggressive play. 1 comes spoiler, gets taken out on it.
We have both B players pushed up banana already in mid. They're just hunting these T's down.
We see DAT winning both the pistols, which is really impressive. If they can string this together for a couple of games, they're looking at a really big game here. And Spade gets traded. That aim punch with no armor, just possible to deal with. And now we should see our first buy round on the T side for Ricochet. It's going to be interesting to see how they play that banana control. Against DAT on their CT side, they're willing to play very passive, but are they going to play as if the CTs are willing to be that passive? We'll see.
I'm curious if Spade's going to be able to frag like he was on the CT, going in so hot from the first half.
It definitely seemed like a lot of his kills were coming on those CT-sided angles where people are pushing through smokes or pushing into his crosshair. It's a pretty big difference on the T side. Pick on top B for Ricochet. Smoke set up for Coffins. A little early. Dark Molly coming in as well. See some counter utility just to block that push. CT smoke coming. That Coffin smoke is going to fade halfway through their push, and there's one construction, so we'll see how this ends up. Gets the frag, trade off of new boxes. Now, Trade knows it's a standard rotate, he'll be able to get behind them. It's going to be really how fast can they go. Bomb plant not coming in. Ooh, Robocop gets flashed by his teammate, still gets the frag, gets traded. And Swerve gets a great kill on a Tyrell. That was a bit of an awkward B push.
It was, but I figured it was what they had planned initially. Like, I knew they were waiting for Traden to rotate around, but the no bomb plants after they took Pingu down off site was definitely interesting.
Definitely worked out. Maybe only seeing that one smoke coming into Coffins made DAT feel like it might have been a fake, because we didn't see that Ricochet smoke come in over. It was just a on-the-fly smoke there. See the T's posturing towards A. No banana control. Fee's going for the pick with the D on car. Gets one tapped. Solid kill from Swerve there. We see two CTs rotate back towards B. Pingu with an M4.
I don't think any of the CTs were close enough to hear any of the noise cues outside apps there.
No, we're looking at two M4s, an MP7, and a CZ here for the CTs. They do have three on the correct site, but that B flank, oh, Pingu gets the kill on the Swerved. Kragar with a great kill with that CZ. Will Spade get this kill onto Pingu? He does. T's have an opening back towards B, and we don't see that CT on Arch rotating. Gets the sound cue, hears it, but will the timing favor him? It looks like it will, but only with an MP7. Leaves him with a bit of a one-way. But bomb will go down. Interesting play with no support from his teammate there. Makes this really hard for Tyrell. CT's with a pretty dire economy going in the next round. Gonna see a couple of 5 and 6K, but two players on only 24. And loses the gun. We should see a save from the CTs here, which is always a tough call on these late rounds, where you know if you give up, now it's 13-7.
I think DAT's gonna have to pull something together sooner rather than later to have a fair opportunity of winning this game rather than having to clutch something out.
The hope here with the pistols is that they get a couple of rifles out of the hands of the T's, maybe can save them in the next round, because it's not like the Ricochet economy is that great here. If you let them win this round and then they can carry that over into the next, they'll have economy for the third, giving them 3 chances to beat you, and really at that point, that's a death sentence. Slow play from Ricochet here. They should know that it's pistols with the economy from the last couple rounds. Just don't want to walk into any corners and give that gun away for free. See him pairing up. CT smoke coming in. We'll cut off Pingu. You see them cautious to push in on it. Posturing towards A, similar to last round. Got One on Ninja, one on default for the CTs on A here. No utility to speak of. Gets pre-fired. Will they clear that default flare? They
jumping
will.
around the site, finding these frags.
And there it is. No rifles recovered here. Vagabond should be more than aware of a possible B push. He is. It's just up to Fees.
Hopefully finds an engine. Ooh,
Does
very
have
nice
armor.
shot.
Ooh. Opts not to pick up the gun though.
Interesting choice.
Getting pushed behind. Interesting timing there. Black Widow not able to catch it off. And gets taken out. Doesn't even get to save his armor. We're going to be looking at a slightly deprived CT buy here. They're either going to have to give up on utility or kits. Looks like they give up on the latter with no kits coming into this round.
Interesting.
Boy, most of the Ricochet players on several thousand, trading all the way up to 8K, taking that aggressive banana control. We still do see 2 smokes on the B site, lots of flashes. Should be able to hold this up for a bit at least. Pretty premature smoke there. Now they're down to just 1.
Ricochet fairly well spaced out across the map.
Gotten all the map control that DAT has given to them. No one in apps for DAT, so they're not pushing Nishi here. Very passive crossfire. I'm just holding back on Arch, one holding from Quad. Robocop playing the same angle that we saw Spade get so many kills from. Will he expect the boiler peak though? He does. Not enough though. Ricochet just willing to play this slow.
Oh, I'm gonna find him through the smoke. Just on the edge. RoboCop giving DAT a 5-4 advantage in this round. Less than 30 seconds. Bomb still on B side, gonna rotate over to A by the looks of it.
With 1 in CT, how's this library fight gonna go? And RoboCop gets it. Gets back to holding Arch in time.
5
Has to
seconds
rush the
and
plant,
bomb
1
is
in
down.
pit. DAT takes the round. That's a very important one.
Unfortunate they didn't have either of them for March.
Oh, and Widow gets no money going into next round. That makes the economy a little bit more difficult. Yes, you have 1 on 9K, but he essentially has to buy for 3 people.
Yeah, I think... Oh, for the most part, they are walking out with guns.
Bit of economy. We see Vagabond just on the Glock.
Interesting
Pistol bought up
choice.
by one of his teammates.
Yeah, I was looking at that one.
We're seeing an SG with full utility, an MP7, a Scout, an AK, and a Glock with almost 5K left in the bank.
Let it be known, the Glock is one of 3 players with Kevlar and a helmet, and goes down top mid.
Unconventional would be a bit of an understatement on that one.
I think that's what we call live bait for info. Oh, RoboCop almost finding another top mid. Praying for the safety of the pillar, falls back to sight.
We see Pingu just willing to play in CT, play for the rotate. They are in a 5v4, so they can just play it slow. We see 1 smoke coming in CT. Sight flash. Will it hit player? Nope, he's not flashed.
Spade
Mollied
following
off.
up banana.
We see no rotates off of A though.
We
Now
might
they hear
see
the
two
running.
very late. Yeah.
Fizz gets one, Pingu gets another. Just has to stay alive here. 10 seconds left on plant.
There you go. Craig are finding one in the late
And
rotate.
there it is. That gets another round into this, and with the shaky economy of Ricochet. The funny thing is, with that misbuy, they actually will have enough for SMGs going into this round.
Poor Vega, man.
Even a couple AKs. Oh, they might have near a full buy.
Give
They
that,
take it as
give
question.
that man a gun. Oh, he's got the Glock.
will.
There we go. He's got an AK.
See Spade slowing down, only getting 5 kills so far on this G side half. Still, really pulling his team through this. Once again, DAT just willing to play that very passive A hold, even with economy.
Vega getting chipped by the nade there.
So far, with the exception of a couple really aggressive plays there, we've actually seen trade and get apps pretty much for free every round.
Yeah, I think you're right. More so later into this half he has. Initially, DAT was playing quite the aggressive CT, getting their first few rounds off of it, and then decided to back off a bit.
You see the posture towards A, arc side smoke coming in. Trigger not rotating off of it, just willing to hold it. And now we see the full AX. Robocop holding pit. Should get one. Good for at least one.
Krager getting smacked in the face with the molly.
Still 3A, and we're down to 25 seconds with the chance of a rotate to be looking pretty slim. Great flash on Arch. Doesn't get the kill, but it might not matter. They just have to deny the plant here. Oh, great frag stuff from Swerved. Opening it right up. Changing that round from pretty dire to should be a win here.
He's definitely been leading these A entries. That's a few times now that he's multi-fragged on site.
If he's playing his regular rushy self, getting 1 kill on Arch. Knows one is lit. Will he force the issue? They're stacked for the trade here. C is Swerved. Gets the 1. But just loses track of him.
Very nice.
That's
4K.
a really important round for Ricochet there. Get to keep at least one gun going into the next round.
Looks like we're going to see a force down buy from DAT.
Yeah,
No
right
attempts
down
to
to
stop.
nothing on most of the players. This is really it. They have no loss bonus going into next round, and unless they win this round, they're going to be looking on an SMG force for last.
I think they're going to be preying on the fact that they save a few guns from this round, regardless if they win or lose.
Yeah, FAMAS's, CZ.
Vega once again
So,
getting
one
chipped
off.
by that nade.
And they see Ricochet going to B earlier in the round than they have before. They get the 1 smoke on B.
Looks like a call for a rotate out for the most part. Leaving bomb on banana. They're looking
Looks like
for
they're
some
just willing
info.
to wait out that smoke. Looking at a flash and a nade on A. Good player. Really just trying to split the attention of DAT here. We're going to see CT and Coffin Smoke come in. Both players are on site, but that should slow down the rotate. Missed Molly. Shouldn't matter. They get the 1. Fountain trades, and Fountain goes down. We do have a fairly quick rotate coming in, but on this with Chauvet.
2v2. One on each site. CT looking ready to rotate over to A. As soon as they figure this one out.
Definitely looked like it was going to be fortunate for the T's there, but without knowing where Tyrell was, that could have gone pretty sour.
Oh, here's a March slide. Maybe have to be a
Spade just
nice shot
able to
here.
hear the angle. Here's the drop.
Game of chicken. There we are.
Great shot from Spade. Doesn't bring the off into the next round. Really liking that SG. And here's where we see the buy. Just everything that they can in the last round from DAT.
Down with the round, as is their economy going in to the next.
Yeah, this game was really just marred by DAT not being able to get anything going. Every single time they won a round, they were reset shortly after, with the exception of the pistols and forces right after. We only saw them string 4 gun rounds together.
Oh, Fees does get control of the bomb here on top car. No access to any of the guns, though.
Just to recover. We're still in 4 on 3. Gotta remember the guns heavily favor Ricochet here. There's one pick on A with Traden, and they'll rotate quickly. Unfortunately, DAT not able to pick up either of those recovered weapons.
Will either of them find the one CT on site here?
Oh, Traden just holding for Kragar. Misses the easy shot, but runs into the CT. Quick trade.
Should be a fairly easy after plant for Ricochet to end the game here.
He does recover the Galil, but in 1v2, no helmet, Galil. This is going to be tough. Holding the crossfire, and that's it for Ricochet. Really a surprising change of form from DAT there. You never felt like they got anything going in those rounds that you would really expect them to latch onto. Those force fire rounds just didn't really happen.
Yeah, I usually say, like, DAT has a lot of talented players, though in the case that it seems, none of them really stood out in particular today, finding them those picks or leading them to the playstyle that I'm sure they intended. Spade did a very good job dropping 33. Definitely led Ricochet there.
I think the absolute standout for play here has got to be that quad hold from Spade. Just regardless of what they threw at him, it seemed like he could get a kill even with low HP and just sneak out every round. It was a great hold.
Regardless, great play from both teams, and I'm sure both will find a way to trickle into playoffs, perhaps even meet again, go for a rematch.
That would be great to see.
I feel like if they got the opportunity, DAT would have something more to say. Perhaps even just adjusting their playstyle against Ricochet in the slightest could have meant the difference in quite a few rounds.
It really just felt like Ricochet in that game. They were willing to just play it slow, and when you see a team like that playing slow, it's really, you got to bait out some of that utility and force it that when you do hit that site, if they want to play it slow, that they can't have anything to slow you down. But that really just was Ricochet's CT side, where especially on those B hits, they always had flashes, they always had smokes to slow that DAT push. And it felt like the exchange of utility just wasn't even. It was always DAT giving up more and always Ricochet holding on.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a great game, though. Ricochet playing really well as a team, even with those standout performances. That was just, I think the biggest thing for that game was Ricochet had just a really clean, solid CT half. Didn't over-aggress much, really won their fights. It was really solid.
It was. Great play. Definitely practice shown on the side of Ricochet. They've coordinated themselves phenomenally, and I'm sure they were completely fine with the Inferno play.
For sure, and really, DAT has been known to be a really great Inferno team, so seeing Ricochet not only willing to play them, but willing to best them on it was really nice to see.
That is true. Well, anyway, I think that'll end the game casting for tonight. I think we're approaching playoffs here soon.
Yes, and just as a running on, this takes DAT to a 2-1 record, and now takes Ricochet up to a 1-2, meaning that now we have an interesting three-way fight for Group B coming in between Agency, Rise, and DAT, all coming in with decent records at the start, and we're going to see a couple of those teams play against each other here coming on, and Ricochet still has a good chance of getting to playoffs, especially now that they've bested DAT. So it should be a great end to the season.